Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jaya Pataka Swami Maharaj on September 24th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Dharam Vande
Govardhanam Dharam Vande
Gopala Goparupinam
Gopalam Goparupinam
Gokulutsava Isanam
Gokulotsavam Ishanam
Govindam Gopikapriyam
Govindam Gopika Priyam
Kakaroti Vachalam Pangulang Ayategaram Yatithata Mahanande Sri Guru Nidharinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishtam Harihi Om Tat Sat. So this chapter is entitled.
So today's chapter is entitled as Lord Chaitanya is pleased to hear the cowherd boys in Radhesh chant Hari. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak 5.8. Nityananda pauses for a moment and then feels relief within his mind by the following thought. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is overcome with bliss. At present, this is the medicine to save our lives. He does not know where he is going, making him roaming about. I will lead him to Lord Advaita's home.
Lord Nityananda's strategy to get Lord Chaitanya to Advaita's house.
So this is Lord Nityananda's strategy to get Lord Chaitanya to Advaita's house.
Since he's so ecstatic, Lord Chaitanya is so ecstatic,
Since Lord Chaitanya is so ecstatic,
he doesn't really know where he's going.
so he doesn't really know where he is going.
We say that this Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka is written as a drama.
So we see that this Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka is written as a drama.
So it would be nice to have some devotees put on this drama.
So it would be nice to have some devotees to put on this drama. Thus he is consoled.
Lord Nityananda.
Lord Nityananda is consoled.
চৈতন্য ভাগবত অন্তখণ্ড গঙ্গা অভিমুখে গঙ্গা মুখ হইয়া চলিলা গৌরচন্দ্র নিরবধি দেহে নিজ প্রেমের আনন্দ.
Lord Gaurachandra headed towards the Ganges.
As Lord Gaurachandra headed towards the Ganges,
His transcendental body was constantly filled with his own ecstatic love.
his transcendental body was constantly filled with his own ecstatic love.
হরি কীর্তন শূন্য দেশে প্রভুর দুঃখ অনুভব ভক্তি শূন্য সর্বদেশ না জানে কীর্তন কারো মুখে নাহি কৃষ্ণ নাম উচ্চারণ.
All the country, all the lands he was traveling in Radhesh were completely devoid of devotion for Krishna.
The Lord was traveling, all the places the Lord was traveling in Radhadesh was completely devoid of devotional service to Krishna.
I didn't know anything about Kirtan.
They didn't know anything about Kirtan.
He didn't hear anyone saying the holy name of Krishna.
And he didn't hear anyone chanting the holy names of Krishna. Being conditioned by matter, people averse to Krishna totally forget his service. Therefore, rather than engage in glorifying Krishna, they pass their days discussing worldly topics. Since they reject Hari Kirtan, they become engrossed in sense gratification and are thus unable to utter the name of Krishna. The absence of topics related to Krishna in the desert devoid of devotional service results in the absence of flood of ecstatic love.
I see that in the modern world,
So we see that in the modern world,
people are very much busy with asking questions and getting answers.
people are very much busy with asking questions and getting answers.
But they're all questions about material subject matter.
But they are all questions about material subject matter.
And the answers are all material answers.
And the answers are all material answers.
As a result, they're deprived of the ecstasy of
As a result, they are deprived of the ecstasy of
ecstatic love for Krishna.
ecstatic love for Krishna.
And I think that material sense gratification is the only happiness.
And they think that material sense gratification is the only happiness.
So that's the unfortunate position.
That is their unfortunate position.
And that was giving great sadness to Lord Chaitanya.
So that gave great sadness to Lord Chaitanya.
প্রভু বলে হেন দেশে আইলাম কেনে কৃষ্ণ হেন নাম কারো না শুনি বদনে
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said,
Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said,
why did I come to a land where no one utters the name of Krishna?
why did I come to a land where no one utters the name of Krishna?
I do not hear
I do not hear
the name of Krishna from anyone's mouth.
the name of Krishna from anyone's mouth.
কেনে হেন দেশে মই করিলু পয়ান না রাখিমু দেহ মই ছাড়ো এ প্রাণ
Why did I come to such a land?
Why did I come to such a land?
Why did I travel in such a land?
Why did I travel to such a land?
I will not keep this body any longer.
I will not keep this body any longer.
I will give up my life.
I will give up my life. The word payana means exit or departure. When Sri Gaurasundar went to a place where there was no discussion on topics of Krishna, a place that by visiting one needs to undergo atonement, he resolved to give up his life.
রাখাল শিশুর মুখে হরিধ্বনি শ্রবণ হেনয় সময়ে ধেনু রাখে শিশুগান তার মধ্যে সুকৃতি আছে একজন
At that time, a group of cowherd boys
At that time, a group of cowherd boys
were grazing cows,
were grazing cows,
and among them there was one especially fortunate child.
and among them there was one specially fortunate child.
হরিধ্বনি করিতে লাগিলা চম্বে শুনিয়া হইলা প্রভু অতি হরসি
That boy suddenly began to chant the holy names of Hari.
The boy suddenly began to chant the holy name of Hari.
Hari Bol!
Hari Bol!
Hari Bol!
Hari Bol!
Lord Chaitanya became very pleased
Lord Chaitanya became very pleased
to hear that.
Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. From behind the scenes, sounds of say Hari in unison. Nityananda Prabhu, while looking ahead, he said, "Ah, this is wonderful, because by beholding the Lord, these cowherd boys, with great eagerness, reverence, devotion, faith, bliss, and wonder loudly called out, Haribol, Haribol,
Haribol!
Haribol,
Haribol!
Haribol. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela.
বালকগণের প্রতি প্রভুর স্নেহ গো বালক সব প্রভুকে দেখিয়া হরি হরি বলি ডাকে উচ্চ করিয়া
All the cowherd boys who saw Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passing joined with him and began to shout loudly, Hari, Hari,
Haribol! Haribol!
Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Chaitanya Charitamrita.
সুনিতার সবার নিকটে গেলা গৌর হরি বল বল বলে সবার শিরে হস্ত ধরি
When he heard all the cowherd boys also chanting Hari, Hari, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased. He approached them, put his hand on their heads and said, Go on chanting like that, Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. The Lord, due to his previous practice by hearing the sound Hari, as if somewhat awakened from his trance of transcendental bliss, opens his two lotus eyes, looks to the direction from which the sound of Hari came. Nityananda Prabhu, while looking, said, These cowherd boys have helped, since as a great mantra revives someone bitten by a snake, they are calling out Hari, awakened the Lord from his trance of bliss, and he approaches their path. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, while approaching the voice, said, Say, oh dear, oh, say Hari. Thus he tells them again and again. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. The cowherd boys entered, offered Dandavat obeisances to the Lord, and clapping their hands performed Hari Sankirtana. Eagerly listening to them, the Lord stops walking for a while.
You can see how Lord Chaitanya is so happy to hear the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra.
So we can see how Lord Chaitanya is very happy to hear the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra,
And how these boys, they offered their prostrate obeisances,
how this boy offered their prostrate obeisances,
saying Lord Chaitanya,
seeing Lord Chaitanya.
and they chanted in Sankirtan,
And they chanted in Sankirtan,
which gave great pleasure to Lord Chaitanya.
which gave great pleasure to Lord Chaitanya.
So if we get the people of the world to chant,
So this week we get the people of the world to chant.
that will give Lord Chaitanya very great happiness.
That will give Lord Chaitanya very great happiness.
Actually, Lord Chaitanya was able to get the animals in the Jharkhand forest to chant.
Actually, Lord Chaitanya was able to get the animals in the Jharkhanda forest to chant.
Prabhupada said we may not be able to do that.
Prabhupada said we will be not able to do that.
If we get the human beings to chant,
If we get the human beings to chant,
that will be a success.
that will be a success.
So in this recent Holy Name Festival week, Holy Name World Holy Name Festival,
So, in this conclusion of the World Holy Name Festival,
which ended yesterday,
which ended yesterday,
I saw that many people were chanting the holy names.
I saw many people, they were chanting the holy name.
And some people, after finishing the mantra,
Some people, after finishing the mantra,
couldn't help but smile. Could not help but smile.
could not help with smile.
But smile.
Could not help but smile.
Very happy.
They were very happy. Nityananda Prabhu blissfully said, The Lord's madness of bliss has many forms. Unsurpassed, sometimes he is restless, sometimes stunned, sometimes both restless and stunned, and sometimes he seems possessed by a ghost. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Nataka. Now, Nityananda Prabhu continues. Now the Lord's madness of bliss has attained, as if ascending the ascending the highest pinnacle. Opening his eyes, he doesn't see anything. As if half deaf, he hears a little but doesn't understand the meaning of the words. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he strokes their heads with his lotus hand and said, "Ah, you have nicely done Bhagavat Nama Sankirtanam and made me successful."
Lord Chaitanya was so happy to hear the voice chanting Hare Krishna.
So, Lord Chaitanya was so happy to hear the boys chanting the Hare Krishna.
Previously, he thought to leave this world
Previously, he thought to leave this world
because he didn't hear anyone chanting.
because he didn't hear anyone chanting.
And then these boys started to chant. He gave him
When immediately these boys started to chant, he gave them,
he gave him a new lease on life.
gave him a new reason for life.
চৈতন্য চরিতামৃত মধ্যলীলা তা সবার স্তুতি করে তোমরা ভাগ্যবান কৃতার্থ করিলে মোরে শুনায়া হরিনাম
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus blessed them all, saying that they were all fortunate. In this way he praised them, and he felt successful because they chanted the holy name of Lord Hari.
So they're fortunate people.
So they are fortunate people.
In the World Holy Name Festival, the idea was to make all people fortunate.
In the World Holy Name Festival, the idea was to make all people fortunate
By chanting the holy name of Krishna.
by chanting the holy name of Krishna.
চৈতন্য ভাগবত হরি বল বাক্য প্রভু শুনি শিশু মুখে বিচার করিতে লাগিলেন মহাসুখে
Hari Bol! Hearing, when the Lord Chaitanya heard the sound of Hari Bol
When Lord Chaitanya heard the sound of Hari Bol
from that child's mouth,
from that child's mouth,
he started to contemplate with great happiness.
to contemplate with great happiness.
দিন দুই চারি যত দেখিলাম গ্রাম কাহারো মুখেতে না শুনিল হরিনাম
In the past 2 or 4 days,
I have passed 2 or 4 days.
all the villages I passed through,
All the villages that I have passed through,
I never heard anyone vibrate the name of Hari.
I never heard anyone vibrate the name of Hari.
I never heard anyone vibrate the name of Hari from their mouth.
I never heard anyone vibrating the name of Hari from their mouth.
আচম্বিতে শিশু মুখে শুনি হরি ধ্বনি কি হেতু ইহার সবে কহ দেখি শুনি
Suddenly from this child's mouth, I heard the holy name of Hari.
Suddenly from this child's mouth, I heard the holy names of Hari.
Hari Bol!
Hari Bol!
What is the reason why
What is the reason why?
what is the reason for this?
What is the reason for this?
Tell me, I will hear.
Tell me, I will hear. When Sri Gaurasundar suddenly heard the name of Hari from the mouths of some cowherd boys, he became anxious to know who those children were. Wherever the Ganges flows, one will find preaching of devotional service to Hari. Therefore, this is the glory of the Ganges.
In the Puranas, it mentioned that anyone
In the Purana, it is mentioned that if anyone
who lives within a certain distance of the Ganges,
who lives within a certain distance of the Ganges,
any service performed
any service performed,
is the result is increased manifold.
the result is increased manifold.
So I think within 3 miles of the Ganges,
I think within the few miles of the
3
Ganges,
miles,
3 miles of the Ganges,
this benediction is there.
this benediction is there.
Of course, if anyone chants the name of the Ganges,
Of course, if anyone chants the names of Ganges,
even within a long distance,
even within a long distance,
many thousands of miles,
many thousands of miles,
also get the blessing of the Ganges.
they also get the blessings of the Ganges.
So the glory of the Ganges and that it helps people to chant and to render devotional service.
So the glories of the Ganges, the glory of the Ganges is that it helps people to chant and to render devotional service
Lord Hari.
to Lord Hari.
Mayapur is very fortunate
So Mayapur is very fortunate
since the Ganges flows through the Navadvip,
since the Ganges flows through the Navadvip,
and our Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir is also within
or
a kilometer of the Ganges.
our Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir is also within a kilometer from the Ganges, of the Ganges.
And sometimes the Ganges floods and submerges the whole Mayapur
And sometimes the Ganges floods and submerges the whole Mayapur
with her water.
with her water.
And that Prabhupada said that that's a sign of Lord Chaitanya,
And Prabhupada said that's the sign of Lord Chaitanya,
that he wants the world to be flooded with devotional service.
that he wants the world to be flooded with devotional service.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Thus ends the chapter. Lord Chaitanya pleased to hear the cowherd boys in Radhesh chanting or chant Hari.
One question?
Dearest Guru Maharaj, Dandavat pranams at your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your lotus feet. How do you get out of the trap of negative memories which lead to harmful and ugly thoughts? I want to overcome these obstacles and devote myself to devotional service to you, Guru and Gauranga, with your unnecessary disturbances, without unnecessary disturbances. Please bless me so that I may develop ever greater devotion and surrender to Guru and Gauranga. Thank you for your constant mercy. Your spiritual child, Gaura Nataraj Das.
This is why it's important.
This point is very important.
We should fill our mind with the pastimes of Krishna, Lord Gauranga.
So we should fill our mind with the pastimes of Krishna, with the pastimes of Lord Gauranga,
That will replace the ugly thoughts.
and that will replace the ugly thoughts.
We should be so much conscious of Krishna that we are not
We should
thinking about previous bad thoughts.
we should be so much conscious of Krishna that we'll be not thinking about the previous bad thoughts.
I'd like to offer our prayers to Lord Radha and Krishna, and they take Leela Shakti Devi Dasi, who has passed away this day,
So we'd like to offer our prayers to Radha and Krishna that they may take Leela Shakti Devi Dasi, who passed away today,
back to the spiritual abode.
back to the spiritual abode,
And so please the Lord.
if it so pleases the Lord. I observed your dealings very closely during your last visit to Bangalore. How you have developed such deep respect for all, irrespective of age, gender, and position, etc. Your spiritual son, Keshava Kripa Sindhu Das, Bangalore.
By associating with Srila Prabhupada,
By associating with Srila Prabhupada,
seeing how he dealt with everybody,
seeing how he dealt with everybody,
maybe his association has rubbed off,
maybe his association
has rubbed off,
has rubbed off,
has some influence on me.
have some influence on me.
But I don't think I'm respectful enough.
But I don't think that I am respectful enough.
So beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Haribol.
Since you are beautiful, you think I am nice.
So, because you are beautiful, you think that I am nice. Father, sometimes it so happens that I lose my determination. How to gain consistency in devotional service? Please enlighten me. Harihara Krishna Chaitanya Das.
Hari Hari Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama
Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama.
Gopal Govinda Ram Srimad Sudan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
This is one of the anarthas.
This is one of the anarthas.
Sometimes we're very determined,
Sometimes we are very determined,
sometimes we're very weak.
sometimes we are very weak.
So this is called thick and thin anartha.
So this is called thick and thin anartha.
Sometimes our devotion is very thick,
Sometimes our devotion is very thick,
sometimes it's very thin.
sometimes it is very thin.
So naturally when you get over this stage,
So naturally when you get over this stage,
by practicing Krishna consciousness,
by practicing Krishna
and
consciousness,
you reach the stage of steadiness,
and you will reach the stage of steadiness,
nishta,
nishta,
and that will happen.
so that will happen.
Part of your Krishna conscious development.
As part of your Krishna consciousness development.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Keep on trying.
Keep on trying.
Going.
Going on.
Haribol.
Haribol. Keep on going on. In one of your lectures, you mentioned Guru-disciple relationship is heart-to-heart relationship. Please kindly elaborate on this, Gurudeva. Your spiritual son, Rangarama Dasa.
You see, the Atma is in the heart,
You see, the Atma is in the heart.
and the Super Soul, Paramatma, is also in the heart.
And the Super Soul, the Paramatma, is also in the heart.
Paramatma is in my heart and your heart,
The Paramatma is in my heart and your heart
everyone's heart.
and everyone's heart.
So, when the disciple and the spiritual master are connected together,
The disciple and the spiritual master, they are connected together
and their devotional relationship,
in their devotional relationship.
and naturally, this is not a material connection.
So naturally, this is not a material connection.
This is a heart-to-heart, Atma to Atma
So this is a heart-to-heart, Atma to Atma
relationship.
relationship. How to increase the love to read Srila Prabhupada's books? Your humble servant, Dilli Prasad, sheltered disciple, Tirupati.
to read Srila Prabhupada books,
To read Srila Prabhupada's book,
your love for the books increases.
your love for the book increases.
So that's why I recommend everyone,
As I have recommended I recommend everyone,
please read Srila Prabhupada books.
please read Srila Prabhupada's books.
I'm thinking that some devotees like Jarita Das and others have very kindly are stuck in the Bhagavad Gita with verses and the translation and the purport.
I think that some of kind devotees like Dravida Das had spoken the Bhagavad Gita, the verses, the translation and the purports.
And that when ladies are cooking, they can play the video, they can play the audio
And when the ladies are cooking, they can play the audio
and listen to Bhagavad Gita.
and listen to Bhagavad Gita.
I don't know if other books are also in audio format,
I don't know whether the other books are also in the audio format,
but somehow or another we hear the Prabhupada books.
so somehow or another we hear from the Prabhupada's books.
That also help us.
That also helps us.
Every night I hear Prabhupada books,
Every night I hear from Prabhupada's books,
and now it started the Srimad Bhagavatam again,
so now I have started the Srimad Bhagavatam all over again.
and in the first canto,
So we are in the first canto.
I just heard the prayers of Queen Kunti
I just heard the prayers of Queen Kunti
again. But it's very, to hear again and again, no problem.
To hear it again and again, there is no problem.
So I like to have Maharaja his announcement, and I want to thank all the devotees who have helped in the World Holy Name Festival.
So now His Grace Mahara Prabhu will do announcement, and we'd like to thank all the devotees who helped during the World Holy Name Festival.
And we hope everyone is taking part in the observance of the Purushottam month.
And we hope everyone is taking part in the observance of the Purushottam month.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.